Hey, I got your cell phone back.
Oh, say, I listened to my sister's voice.
Maya's eyes closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. For long, tears began to roll down her cheeks.
Thank you.
Uh... Sorry, I've never seen that before. This was lying next to the chief's body.
I saw that too. They said they thought these were pieces of a broken light stand?
Yeah, that seems about right. Though I'd never heard of a glass light stand before this. Your internet went away? Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no. Hey! Seemed like every time I come here, I'm embarrassing myself. Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. Yeah! You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there's a message for her? Please tell her Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right. Sure. Mr. White? Blue Corp? Never heard that name before.
White. That was his name. My sister told me.
White was the name of the guy who ruled and his mother. Could it be a coincidence? Come on. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why'd she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this. I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy?
Still there? Oh, bellboy? Still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. Word to 10 going with you tomorrow. Oh, Miss May. In court! And going tomorrow with you, Miss May. Makes you pick. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fay. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin now, then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in the charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe to us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use the floor map of the office to explain. Body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. Still calling it a statue. Floor plan added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Maya Fey's arrest. Witness testimony. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There was 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness said, Miss Maya Fey in the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Examine what? Didn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh! Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? Sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony. He would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Cross-examination. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Press. Who did you say? You got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer of the Auto Hotel right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure if it did much, though. Right. Please continue. There were 2 people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival in the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto is this month is quick response. This month. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found that on the scene were? Yes, sir. The defendant was Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? You're being a moron. Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With their funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Oh, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. Press. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah. If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that, me? I heard you say it. You did say it. Said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? This Maya, isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe, do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? Expressing can have its advantages. Yes! Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Yana. Sir, there was something I should have told you about first, Yana. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written in clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Mumble, 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 mumble. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about the vital piece of evidence the first time? I know I'm really embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of crime with my own eyes. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the victim's body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh-ho! Then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer? The killer? Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. He was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo that you found. Oh, it was the word Mayo was written on clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. And that was instantaneous. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks, now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But, no but-ing your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have been or had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain the autopsy report? When? Day of the murder, the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... The autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate, due to a blow from a blunt object. but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! And here is the reason for the meme of Edgeworth just but I have a second autopsy report. I've seen this meme so much lately. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Dang you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you looked shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth! The detective's a sham! I'm a sham! What are you supposed to say of this? You call him a sham, then everybody's gonna be like, whoa! You call the detective a sham, you're gonna be like, you call yourself a sham, now you just look like an idiot. Screw it, we'll go after Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there is nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. From a blow by blunt object may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Autopsy report updated in the court record. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please?
April May! At your service, wink.
I hate April so much. Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Except for Edgeworth, he could care less. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room, tea? I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness testimony.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And then the woman, like, dodged to the one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. And that's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any— Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Cowardly ways of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. He has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin with your cross-examination. Tell me if you can hear my cat.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know.
What do we have? Murder scene. Why did you do that?
Huh? What? Like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? Can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of, you know...
Ugh.
I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Oh!
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Girl. What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next?
And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. When attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Oh, well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Yeah, we'll go for it right now. Since everyone in the court seat keeps siding with her, I better not press her too hard on this one. So then, tell us what happened to the victim. Woman, dodged to one side and ran away. Dodge? Dodge what?
Well, the attack!
Please continue your testimony. That girl, she caught her and hit her. How did you know it was my client?
Oh, well, gee. First of all, she had a girlish physique, and secondly, she was small. What else could it be but her?
Point. And shut up. Evidence clearly reveals contradiction in the statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement related? They aren't. There. Not at all. If you look at the thing, how the hell are... Ah. jumps out as contradiction. There's gotta be something that in there. Maybe I'd better just press her on accent. What do you ask about this one? The woman with the long hair, was that Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of, well, some people say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing. Person attacking her. How did you know it was my client?
Like, first of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small.
That's gotta be a bit her. She has a point. Guessing this is what we've got to question. Hold on a minute, the testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Oh, no. Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like that on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Roar! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Dang, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with a weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does that accuracy of my report not startle you, Tee?
Ah, but you showed your hand now. Considering, how did you know it was a clock? It's still classified as a statue here. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin with the cross-examination. Clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look you so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you know was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with this trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Oh, that was close. If he stopped me there, this trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.?
No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, sirree. No, I'm not. No, Your Honor. I give up now. I'm not satisfied because you couldn't have heard. You were at the hotel. There's no way you could have heard a clock go off in the building next door. You have no proof, or you have proof that you could not? Shoot. I should have used the other one. Amateurs. Listen to me, Mr. Wright. In the courtroom, proof is everything. Without without it, you have nothing. You are nothing. And I would like to propose a test to see if she really could have heard it. The prosecution denies your request. What? On what grounds? It's a trivial matter with no direct bearing on the case at hand. Indeed. Objection sustained. Dang. And switch directions quick. Ready to proceed, Mr. Wright? No, Your Honor. I give up now. Not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. That's what I meant to say. Your Honor, members of the court, it's inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It says, you can see, the clock was empty, couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
That?
Well, Miss May. Just good. What a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. The clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction, no? That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is... Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fellow. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could? Or if you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. Or that clock before. It was, what store was that again? Oh, you go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yeah. The witness claims she's seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence that will prove the witness has not seen this clock before. The clock itself was made by Larry. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today?
Oh.
Also, they go kind of crazy after a certain point.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Okay. Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, Wink.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. April May, you knew the clock was a weapon because... heard about it. Witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Tell me, or show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have a look at this. Oh, that. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Maya Fay's phone, were you not? Oof. Oof. Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
How is this irrelevant?
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have not proven one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on her phone? On the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. The phone again. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Yeah, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to me again?
Or hold on to for me again?
What's it this time? It's a clock. Made to look like a statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May? Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me about, like, you lawyer!
It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm such a... so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
I did it. Court's seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping her irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove that you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I say that saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Dang, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way!
Way! I say, way! Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and you have just a regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
You think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not at the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fay, commit murder. They're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on. Something. I save a lot high. Alright, call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss May Fay. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Mayo will be declared guilty on the spot. Like the most bull crud I've ever heard. What should I do? Alright. Got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Ooh. You fell right into my trap. Oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness testimony. Or testify? He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. It's May's room, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Edgeworth Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee and to be brought up to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely at the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin in its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope that's it. If I can't prove Miss A is involved with the murder now, May will be finished. I'm the head bell. Are you sure there was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all the stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I, the point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? Yes, for an iced coffee to bring 9 o'clock dot. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that the details several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9. The time of the murder. I brought it to her precisely as the requested time, of course. Precisely 9. Precisely. Exactly. And most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door At the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular? I delivered the guest herself. You're sure that it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir, that it's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embracer, sir. Embracer. Is that French for embrace? It's French for a kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget. Sounds pretty fishy to me. Or Miss May was up to something and wanted Bellboy to remember her. Oh, good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Miss Tisk, finally you understand. The bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's it. Okay. This is really it. Now, it's my last chance. What do I have to ask him? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with her lover there. Huh? He say? What did you say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object! That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask? Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister, there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Fool! Done it. Won. Miss April May checked in a twin room with a man, right? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss A. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor. As has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her, the bellboy who saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like to get if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Ugh. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges that the defense's arguments. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
Face of his, with his eyes wide and tripling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
You say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after all that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. Guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir!
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
As for a full record of Miss April May's testimony, I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. Now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there is only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. May testimony added to the court record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free.